Do not worry about your life. Jesus says something here that sounds almost unreasonable on first hearing. Do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Matthew 6:25. And if you're honest, you probably feel the weight of that immediately, because worry doesn't usually come from carelessness. It comes from responsibility. It comes from paying bills, from mouths to feed, from prescriptions that cost more than they should, from watching the world feel less stable than it used to, food, drink, clothing. Jesus isn't naming luxuries here. He's naming survival, and that's what makes this command so unsettling. He's not talking to carefree people with no obligations. He's talking to people who know what it means to wonder, will we be okay? But notice what Jesus does next. He doesn't dismiss the people listening to him or minimize their concerns. He redirects how they see them. Look at the birds of the air, he says. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Birds don't stockpile. They don't hoard. They don't stay up at night rehearsing worst-case scenarios. And Jesus isn't saying be irresponsible like birds. He's pressing a deeper question. Are you not much more valuable than they? Because worry isn't really about food or clothes. It's about value. It's about whether we believe God sees us as worth caring for. Psalm 145:15-16 says, "The eyes of all look to you, and you give them their food at the proper time." Not early, not late, at the proper time. And yet, we still worry anyway. Why? Because worry gives us the illusion that we're holding life together. It feels active, responsible, protective. But Jesus dismantles that illusion with one sentence. Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? Matthew 6:27. Worry doesn't extend life, it drains it. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Worry reveals where trust has cracked, not because God isn't faithful, but because we forget He is. Jesus says later, your heavenly Father knows that you need them. Matthew 6:32. Not might know, knows. So when Jesus says, do not worry, He's not being dismissive. He's being deeply personal. It's a father saying, I see what you need, and you don't have to carry this alone. And that sets the stage for what comes next, because worry about survival has a way of spilling over into fear about the future.